And we are live. Welcome to the show, the Robinsonade.
Hey, what's going on?
We got Joe Lombardo, we got Nick Montini, and Ryan Grutt. Nick, you are in another band, the Cryptid, correct?
Yeah.
And Ryan, I feel like you're in 1,000 different bands.
It feels like that at this point too.
Alma Mater. I think you spent some time in University Drive, or
I do.
Involved with them now currently. Anybody else?
Yes, sir. Retrovai, and then
okay. Yes.
I hope, and I think that's it. And then the big boy Robinsonade.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me tonight or today, whatever time of day it is with this posted up. Here to talk about the Robinsonade, and they are releasing a new EP. It'll be released on Friday, January 29th, and we'll also be premiering one of their songs off that EP on this show called Foxhole. So I'm excited for that. I heard it already. We'll get into that, what my thoughts are after, everyone listens to it. But what's new with the Robinsonade outside of the new EP? What's going on?
Just chilling. Spent 2020 having like 3 shows maybe, and then we spent a lot of time in the studio. A lot of time, like, we went for the first batch of songs. We released the first 2 singles, Overgrown and Lukewarm. We went to the studio in March for the first. And I remember sitting on the couch at JL Studios, and we're just like, oh man, everything's gonna close down. And then the news article actually came through the next day, oh yeah, everything's closing down. So it feels like we kind of tail ended both sides of this EP at the studio. We got the first half done in March, and then we did the second half at end of September and October, where not that the pandemic's over or anything, but it feels like it's the days are counting down to when things could possibly go back to normal. But really excited about putting this out now finally.
Oh god, I was just gonna say that moment felt surreal because it literally was us reading a text message or just a news article on our phones going, I think the world's shutting down tomorrow.
Yeah.
Closed Canada while we were there, I remember.
Oh yeah. We were just
the whole country.
The whole country just closed down.
It's wild. It's something that I never thought we'd experience, but and here we are. What is it? We're figuring out almost a year later, 10 months in.
Yeah.
Yep. I think last week there was the first confirmed. Not last week, a year ago, last week was the first confirmed case in the U.S.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I think it was January 20th, maybe
17th or something now.
17th, okay. Yeah, it was one of those days a week or so ago. It's just wild to think about. I mean, it's we're a year into this, and it's is it going to end?
Yeah.
Thankfully, the vaccine is slowly getting out there. But now they're saying there's a, what's the word they used? A different form.
Like a strain?
Yeah, they use a better
mutation.
Scientific word, but I'm stupid, so I don't remember it.
No,
Variant. That's what it was. But I asked my wife. My wife said that the vaccine should still help against that strain too. But I don't know. The whole rollout for that has been an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
It's my first dose of it. I'm lucky enough to have a job where they deem me essential.
Okay, good.
Hey, Yobo.
I got my first round last week.
Oh, nice.
And let me tell you how I got my first round. According to my BMI, I am considered obese.
No.
Is that oh, well. Damn, I could have gotten that a month ago then. Look at the could have had 3 rounds of this at this point.
I am so they made some modifications to who qualified last week at some point, and who knew that being unhealthy can keep you healthy?
Good. Oh my god.
I mean, I don't put too much
you look great.
Concern.
I'll be the one that says it. I think you look great. Joey, you too. So you guys look phenomenal. So don't worry about it.
I mean, I could lose a couple LBs. I mean, not gonna lie. But
and not that I say that I agree with any of that, but that basically gives you the Disney Fast Pass to skip the line.
Does it really?
Well, no, does it?
For the vaccine? Yeah. I mean, I mean, I qualified because I am considered obese.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
you look great.
I think they added
I
that.
feel fantastic.
You
How'd
should.
you felt good after it? I heard a lot of people get a little, you know, a little bit, some of the symptoms, and then the second round's even like a little bit worse because they put more of the like the live strain into you when you do it.
Yeah, I mean, my arm was sore for a day. It's pretty good now though. That was Friday. Today's
Yeah.
Sunday. Yeah, I mean, it's
Okay.
like, yeah, but that's good news. I'm just hope that you know, they can follow up on round 2 because I feel like this stuff's like running out. But
Yeah, I heard a lot of things are like expiring because it was like you said, the whole thing was instead of like the country doing it all at once, they were just like, hey, individual states decide whatever you want to do. So they're wasting like I think it's like a couple million doses a week now because
Yeah.
it's been about a month since we had like the order of them.
yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. But
But
fingers
we're
crossed.
here.
Fingers crossed.
We're
Lovely.
here. We're,
No one
We're
we're
gets
in the
it.
home.
We're here on the
boys.
Popko podcast, my guy.
Yeah, man. So you guys finished up. You started the first part of it in March of last year in 2020. You kind of wrap things up now. As far as getting, I mean, we just writing during the pandemic and sharing files and stuff like that.
Yeah. A lot of structure with this band actually is I have ideas for songs and I make like a general idea of what it is. Me and Grutt usually record like the demos of it more or less, and we all come together from there and do stuff. So a lot of the ideas do start with me, but like it is like everyone doing the writing on it. We're really like in tune, and I feel like everyone gets how I write my songs. Like I had that whole like first album I put out just under my name, This Is Gonna Hurt, where you could see some of the same things, some of the same techniques I did on that. I did a lot here, but I feel like, you know, just the age of me playing for the past 3 years in public and stuff like that, I learned how to do it. And like I know where everyone shines. Like Grutt is great at what he does. Nick is great. Ryan Witman is great. They all understand how I want these songs, and I could just pitch them an idea and they'll run with it and do it better than I could have even expected it.
I also think Joey doesn't give himself as much credit because I think a majority of these songs, I mean, lyrically, Joey murders it. And like, for the most part, like we barely touch chord structures most of the time. You know what I mean? He has, it's a full skeleton of a song. But like Joey says, we all come in, like Nick will add like killer parts, whether it's vocals or bass, same with Ryan and same with me. But like Joey does. Joey should give himself a little more credit. Joey murders a lot of this, I think.
Yeah. So Joe, you started, you know, under your own name, Joe Lombardo, right?
Yeah.
You released some music under that name. And then I feel like you announced at one of the, maybe even the Alternators Underground, that you were going to be starting a project called the Robinsonade.
Yeah.
What was the thinking behind that? I mean, did you just want to have a you know, a band and have a, you know, a name under that instead of kind of, you
Yeah.
know, being a solo artist?
The whole thing behind it was I was just like I was doing the whole solo stuff for a while. It was probably like 2 years before I even considered like you know, I wanted to do like full band shows. I was doing shows with the guys at a point, and I was still just going by Joe Lombardo with, you know, them as the backing band and that. But I just had the idea one day like I don't really like going by my name. And it's weird that like the weirdest thing about it was like I loved all my t-shirt designs I had done up until that point. But to see someone literally wear just like Joe Lombardo across their shirt was a little like I was self-aware of it. I was just like, that's a little bit weird for me. And I like there's a ton of bands that I listen to that like do this, like Car Seat Headrest used to be just one guy going by, you know, Car Seat Headrest and like all stuff like that. And I was just like, you know, I can make more of an image out of this. And even from like a marketing standpoint, I can make it better than like the whole thing is like the logo we have now is deer. Like I want to use like deer imagery and stuff. We do like that. So it becomes like the mascot of the band, et cetera, et cetera. It becomes easier to make an identity, like a lasting identity. Whereas like the only thing I did before was put a picture of me like a pizza box style, that stuff like that. Like it was my face, and it was a little bit weird for people. I see like 4 people wearing my face on a shirt. It's kind of
It
weird.
was your whole body.
It was.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking to a guy who has a logo of his own face.
That's what I mean. Like it's
Weird. It's weird.
It was weird at first. I was just like, even like the Popko Project itself, like I do love that design, but just as a band, I feel like it's a lot harder to be like, oh yeah, Joe Lombardo, especially for like even like on the, like I said, in the business end of it, like the searching of it, like searching for Joe Lombardo, there's like 3 Spotify artists that like I don't have any songs on my solo Spotify artist anymore. I took them all down and replaced it, putting them on the Robinsonade. But now I'm still like, I get the stream numbers for the other person named Joe Lombardo because like my account just like auto linked his songs to it. So like, it's so weird. Like I can see those numbers too now. That's so even like from a searchability standpoint, from a just identity on stage standpoint, I think the band thing kind of came naturally, and I just filled in the gaps where what I wanted slowly.
I think that's smart. From what you said about searching it for it and just kind of giving it its own identity as opposed to, Joe Lombardo. Because Lombardo is not an uncommon name.
No.
Yeah.
There's like 5 hoagie shops that have the same album name as Joey.
I'm gonna be living down the road from the Lombardo hoagie shop now, and I'm not even related to that person. I am not even related to that family. That's the funniest thing to me.
You should demand a cut of sales.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you
What
even
you drinking there? What we got there?
Oh, I'm drinking a Trogs Nugget Nectar.
Ooh,
Yes.
Chef Kiss?
It's Nugget Nectar season.
I'd like to pull a plug for a random thing real quick and just say that Tom Brady's going to the Super Bowl again. I'd like
Tom Brady, hands down, is the greatest quarterback of all time.
As a Patriots fan and still a Patriots fan, that's odd. I was so amped, dude. He won with the first year with a new team.
you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, I have some friends who are Cowboys fans, and I think this is accurate. I hope it is, because I think it is. But it said like Dallas Cowboys, have been in the NFC for, I forget. Oh man.
Oh, is it that one? Is it since 1990? I think I have it. Since 1997, they have played 24. Like 24. Like they've been in the league 24 years, and they have 0 playoff things. Tom Brady's been in the year 1 year and has won NFC.
Yes, here it is. NFC Championship game appearances since 1997. Tom Brady 1. Dallas Cowboys 0. Years in the NFC since 1997. Tom Brady 1. Dallas Cowboys 24.
It happens.
Oh, man, it's incredible. It's incredible.
It is.
I mean, you can't deny it. I mean, it's insane.
It is. I'm a very happy boy this hour.
Yeah, I had to run and get garbage stickers before we jumped on into this. It was like 2 minutes left. I'm like, if something happens and I leave, I'm gonna be really mad. It was a good game too.
Oh yeah, I mean the penalties were through the roof. It was an interesting game. Now I kind of want the Bills to win. I want the Bills to win.
Absolutely. I love the fact that Josh Allen, the quarterback for the Bills, said that if they go to the Super Bowl or win it, he's gonna dive through tables as well.
No, I didn't see that. What is it?
I guess like the Bills Mafia, like before games, they like jump off cars and into tables. I think that's what they do.
Yeah,
they're nuts. They body slam like their friends off of tables. One guy I saw got slammed through a flaming table.
Yeah, so Josh Allen's like, I'll go through 3 tables, light them all on fire, and I'm like, yes, I want this guy to win.
Oh my God! Well, I don't care if Tom wins at this point. I want that to happen. So
I would like
he made it there.
Does Tom Brady retire if he wins?
What do you tell the guy? What do you tell the guy that just left a team that he won? Like, I think, what is it? He has 6 or 7 Super Bowls. I think he has 6. And he's going for 7. He single-handedly tied the Cowboys record.
Well, 2 hands. He has to wear the rings on 2 hands. 2 hands.
Yeah.
And I say single-handedly, but they've had monster. I know this isn't an NFL podcast right now, but like
it's whatever we want it to be.
There it is. Well, the thing that his teams has been great. They always had a good offensive line. They have to. He can't get touched. You can't.
He's 43 years old.
Oh my God! He'll turn to dust. Even though it's not that old, he'll just explode.
It's old for an NFL quarterback.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think they still let what is it? I can't think of who's the oldest in the NFL right now. He's got to be up there in the sense of like
it was a
unless there's like
kicker,
a kicker
isn't it?
who's
Isn't
like
it? What's his name?
65.
A kicker would make sense. Yeah, Nick.
Yeah, I think
Because they don't have to
kicker.
do much.
Yeah, they just chill out. Yeah.
But so yeah, it'll be interesting to see who. I mean, once this gets posted, we'll have a winner of the Chiefs Bills game. But I can go for the Bills.
Yeah,
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping the Bills.
I was getting a little nervous though. I'm like, does Patrick Mahomes, does he have to sit out because of his concussion? Would they let us slide?
Did I miss that too? Did he get rocked? I didn't know.
Yeah, he got rocked at the end of the game last week. And he
I
was
missed
under
that entirely.
the whole concussion protocol until like I think Thursday.
Oh man, so he just snuck in under the wire.
Yeah.
So,
but that would have been interesting.
It'll be cool. I'm like hockey's back on. I'm just watching every sport there is. I know Nick watches racing like I do, and that's coming up too. Is that the 14th?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, you guys,
it's like a week or two after the Super Bowl.
I don't get into hockey and I don't get into racing.
I used to love it, and I just got back into it. And unfortunately, Nick feeds my. Yeah. I
That's
didn't even know.
Oh
I'll be
man,
talking to Nick about random things. Like I'll literally just be talking, and I'll like all these like drivers start shooting back out of my head, and I'm like, "This is awesome! I know this stuff. I can talk to somebody about it." So yeah.
Yeah, it's rare, man. I got no one to talk to about it. So, thank you.
Yeah, no, we'll keep doing it. Yeah.
that's funny. I mean, I guess you could race when you're old, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's
usually
where
in their 40s. They usually race into.
It's funny too because I used to go to drag races when I was younger. I was a big Joe Lombardo fan.
I delivered to his house for FedEx.
Is that where you're working?
That's where I was working.
Working.
Yeah, I used to deliver to his house.
That's awesome.
It looks like it would be Joe Amato's house.
Yeah, he's got some money.
Yeah, he definitely raced some cars.
Are you still at Guitar Center?
No, I left. I went Guitar Center, pandemic, FedEx mid-pandemic, and now I am at Car Mix, which is a dealership up in Dallas.
Oh, with John.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I just smile and wash some cars and drive them around.
You don't sell them?
Oh my God, no.
Why not? You have a good personality.
Because I could sell a guitar because I know what a guitar is, but if you gave me like a car, I'd be like, yeah, it's got a steering wheel and windows. Like,
It's a car. They have books that teach you what's what.
No, bless John, because John does a lot for that job, and I just kind of sit there and try to help him out with anything I can. That kid works.
Buff out the cars, man.
Oh, that's all they do. They're like, hey, that one's got some chili on it. Why don't you clean it? I'm like, all right.
I don't know if I could do that. I'm like, no, you clean it.
No, no, I put my headphones in and I just laugh. I listen to Bill Burr all day and just
There you go. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. So what's up with I know this is about the Robinsonade, but I've never had the pleasure of talking to Nick about the Cryptid. What's going on with that band?
Nothing much right now. We're kind of focusing now on just writing again, getting back into that. We pretty much haven't played. Our last show that we played was a week before everything shut down for our release show for Something to Remember. And since then, we really haven't done much because of the pandemic. But, we plan on getting back and doing some writing again soon and maybe working on an album, which we have never released a full-length album yet. So maybe that'll be the next goal, but we're not sure yet.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I've seen, Ryan, you've been in the studio, right, with Ed and University Drive?
Yeah, we've been going down just about like every Saturday for the most part. It's been awesome. It's been nice to go down and just do something with music. You know what I mean? In a time like this.
We'll have to get Ed on here with you guys.
Oh yeah, dude, he'd do it.
Did you guys? Were you part of the band when they went on tour with Cold?
Yeah, I filled in. Johnny couldn't make it, so I was in there, and just doing what I could. You know what I mean? It was hard. So it was awesome.
Now, like, are you like a hired gun, or like, are you like officially part of the band now?
It's like a weird ground. Like I'm definitely a part of the band. It's just like trying to see what's going on. You know what I mean? It's because it's just such a weird time, and everybody's trying to get together to make a record.
Yeah. So
it's just hard to get everybody in one place. You know?
Is it hard for you to kind of? I mean, as a musician, I don't know if you have like a certain style so to speak. But like, is it hard for you to kind of tailor yourself to, you know, what Ed wants and what that band is like, and then compared to, you know, working with Joe and the Robinsonade and all that kind of stuff?
It definitely takes turns. I think if I get like caught in something, it'll sound like an Alma Mater song. 90% of the time, an Alma Mater song is what ends up coming out of my body. And then from variants of doing stuff, because even Joe has called me on writing an Alma Mater lead for a Robinsonade song. He's like, could we change that just a little bit? And I'm like, yeah, I'll totally change it.
Alma Mater sometimes, but we got the Ryan Witman on drums, so we spiced it up a bit.
So it's crazy because sometimes like it'll be like just like dependent, you know what I mean? And with you drive, I think a lot of it is, you know, Ed writes like a monster. Yeah, he's got, oh my God, I think there was like 60 songs, 50 or 60 songs demoed just to go up to the studio. And I mean, he really does. He pulls so much weight, and you're kind of just like trying to fit into a groove, and then like everybody's involved, but like there's such a big part. So you're really tailoring towards that. And then like with Retrovai, John and I write just riffs and send each other riffs back and forth. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but with Joey, it's funny because even the, which it's the song that I guess, which I didn't even know was being premiered, which I love, Foxhole happened is because I sat down, Joe, what did we have Joe do? Was it just a click track?
Yeah, we literally just had a click track, and I had the idea with how the verses and how that like last 2.5 minute like repeating verse went, like how I just wanted the melody of it basically. And we were riffing around on it, and there were some parts that sounded better than others. Grutt would do just like 1, maybe 2 demo tracks over, and he's just like, no, I got it this time. And he would blow through it perfectly, and it stayed almost exactly how it is on that song. Like that happened with a couple songs. Like it happened on Random Circumstance. I remember we were doing that, and it just came out like it went from being not a song to literally almost exactly what we put out within like 5.
That was quick too. Random Circumstance was very fast too. But like even Foxhole, Joey, like I was playing this riff, and like it was just a chorus. It literally is the same melody that made it. Like everything just kept making it. So I sat there, I had my drum kit set up, and I can't play drums that well, but I just do it for the sake of ideas. So Joey's with me. I go, all right, I think I have this. And I sat there and I started playing the drums, and then Joey just sang this melody over it. And literally I had Joey yelling in my ear, we're going to slow it down here. I'm like, okay, I'll slow down. And then he's like, speed it up. And I'm speeding it up.
Literally just, if there was I probably have Snapchats. I mean, I should post those as some behind the scenes things, but literally just a lot of making Robinsonade songs is me dancing in Grutt's basement to how I want the melody to go. Like that's legitimately how it happens.
Yo, Joey, hold on, wait. I don't want to be the one that does it, but hold on. So I promise I'll do it because I have the space. Look at all this open space I had. But like if it had Joey and I both going like this the whole time. So we were just cruising it. And that's how we knew. We were like, that's a bop, dude. If I start doing a Charlie Brown, that is it. We are good.
That's funny. So Joe, is it hard to, I mean, it sounds like, you know, you're kind of in charge. And is it easy for you and you know, working with these guys and saying, hey, like, I don't like that. Like Ryan, that's a Alma Mater song. Stop it.
I've never run into like direct issues where I'm just like, oh, I absolutely hate that. Like, I absolutely hate that. I'm usually open to more ideas, like even going into like the studio setting, for instance. Like I had some pretty like dead set goals on some of these songs. Again, like these songs, I'm one of those people who writes like literally one song every 2.5 months because I'm just, you know, not productive all the time. You know, I can't get the idea out or something like that. But when I have the like cemented idea for the song, I'm usually like want to hit those themes, want to do those things. But when someone who has a better insight on what would sound better, and I haven't, like, if I tunnel vision on something for 4 months, of course I'm going to want it to sound exactly like this. But when like for instance, Grutt comes in with a lead part for a part that I didn't want to lead at, I'm just like, I could hear that. And after like 2 or 3 listens, I have a little bit mixed in. I'm like, that there's no other way this song could sound. Even with like, I would say with a lot of Nick's bass lines made some of these songs what they are. I cannot hear the bass lines in some of these songs because they are literally like the life of the songs. Like a lot of these songs really came to life in the last quarter of us being in the studio because of these little tweaks that we added. And even with Joe at JL Studios, I remember there were specifically two vocal melodies that he wanted me to try that literally made it to the final of these two songs because they were just inherently better than what I wanted. Like again, like focusing on something for 5 months, I'm just like I wanted exactly that way, but he told me do it this way. And I heard the immediately, like I'm standing at the microphone, hearing it in my headphones. I'm like, that's way better. We're keeping that one right there. That is literally better than what I was thinking for the past 5 months. So I'm open to new ideas ever. I'm just trying to push the boundaries with my music. And I'm definitely not the best musician in the area or anything, but I'm definitely at that level where I know what I could play and I let people run with the things I lay down. I remember even one song on the EP, Milk Toast, all the guys hated me for how I wrote it. I wrote a very not even off time, but very weird progression with a lot of like weird minor chords that weren't like full on chords. And everyone's just like, oh my God, like what is that? How am I playing this? And then it shaped up to be like real good. It shaped up to be real good when we all put our heads to it.
It's weird because as that one was building, it was like, at first no one really knew what to do. And then all of a sudden, as it was going along, it just kept building and building. And then all of a sudden you knew exactly where it was going. And it turned out amazing.
That's probably one of my favorites now. Like it, especially dude, Nick, I remember you and I were like trying to figure out what Joey did at the, like the very end. Cause I'm like, why would someone, it's crazy. You know what? I think you get into a lot of habits writing songs all the time, and like you start using similar chord progressions or whatever, and then you have somebody like Joey, and Joey is so much more about what the song is versus like parts. Like Joey is writing, he's writing a verse, he's writing a chorus, and he's just going. That's what's just coming out of him. So it doesn't matter what the chords are. Joey wrote the part. If you wrote the vocal, the part has to fit it. And Nick and I sat for that part at Milk Toast at the end of that song. Yeah. I probably put 15 minutes in on one part, and I think you did too, Nick, at one, like just trying to get that end. Oh my God, It made no sense, but it's one of my favorite songs that came out of that.
Yeah, it's very haunting. Cool.
That's funny.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, Joe, I mean, I was familiar with your solo stuff, but I mean, I think working with, these guys have probably definitely made you a better musician and better songwriter. And I mean, I've heard the song Foxhole that we'll play in a minute here. But I was listening to it, I'm like, this is like some of the best stuff that I've heard from you, even prior to the last two that you sent my way. So I think it's cool. I think it's definitely, working with these guys and kind of being able to bounce ideas off one another and, get opinions about stuff is good for the overall project.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really appreciative of the guys. They definitely helped me along, fill in the gaps wherever I need. Like a lot of This Is Gonna Hurt was just like purely me messing around with my acoustic guitar, probably accidentally ripping off songs of the artists I love, maybe like stuff like that. Everyone starts with wearing the artists they listen to on their sleeves. And I definitely feel like you could feel the Wonder Years poking through. You could definitely feel Modern Baseball, the Front Bombs poking through on everything I did. And then when I would say to the most degree, Grutt helped me ghostwrite most of This Is Gonna Hurt because I literally had so much. I had literally just acoustic tracks and ideas for drum beats that in hindsight, looking back, probably there was only realistically 2 or 3 drum beats I did for that entire album, and Grutt made them better in the when we were recording it. So I definitely think that as far as music growth, I had to open up to think of everything as a full band instead of me just being the person playing acoustically solo like I did for the first year and a half of me playing. I had to think of things from the whole band perspective.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, even with doing that record, it was kind of cool because it was just me trying to learn how to record somebody after doing it for a while. And Joey helped me out with that. You know what I mean? Having somebody that wants to do X amount of songs is easier to do than me recording myself. And it was funny because you watch Joey start with songs with just acoustic, and they were gonna just be acoustic guitar. And as the record progressed, there was so much more electric guitars. There was so much other parts. You know what I mean? It was just like, well, Joey, what was the first song we did? It wasn't Glow Stick? Is it This Is Gonna Hurt?
This Is Gonna Hurt. Or no, This Won't End Well. This Won't End Well literally was just like, it literally was going to be just like the acoustic, and then like we added some like real meaty bass. We added some like that do 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 part was never going to be as prominent as it was, and now it is like the driving force of that song, where like the verses and the chorus end on the do 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 part.
Yeah. I think it was just cool to watch, like, just it progress. Like, even like songs like Eschatology, which is one of my favorites, or Pyrite or something, like where they're borderline, like just close, not full punk songs, but you know, they're faster, they're not acoustic. It's awesome. So it was definitely cool to see it turn.
Yeah, I mean, I made some notes here about who I think I hear in this new song, but I'll wait till after we play it to
Okay.
I don't want to pigeonhole, I don't want to say it and then have the listeners think, okay, this is what it sounds like. I want them to kind of like get their own opinion for it before I give mine. Not that mine matters much, but what do you say we premiere this new song?
Hell yeah.
All right, this is Foxhole by the Robinsonade.
Why do you still got me down?
And that was Foxhole by the Robinsonade. Well done, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so here's what I hear. I hear the Wonder Years, definitely. That's in it. You mentioned that before, Joe. So that's kind of funny. I feel like there's a hint of Alma Mater in there.
My
I do.
sister called me on that.
I do hear that. The Hold Steady. I'm not
I've
sure if you're
never-
familiar with that band. Check them out. They're good.
Okay.
And I don't know why. And maybe it's just some of the lyrics and the way you sing them. A band Piebald. 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 They were like,
I will check them out, but that
like late 90s, maybe. Way,
No?
way before you guys. You guys were probably not even born yet.
No, I'm not.
97.
Is that when you were born?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
know what's funny?
so-
I was saying to my wife the other day, it's like, so you know that people who are turning 21 this year were born in the year 2000,
That stresses
That's kind
me.
of freaky.
right?
That stresses me out a bit.
Yeah, dude.
Joe,
Like,
you're
even-
young. What are you talking about?
I'm definitely over over the hill at this point. Back's hurting out already.
Yeah.
Might as well put me in the grave.
I'm about to turn that. I'm about
What?
to turn that ripe age of 24, man.
Oh
That's
my
the
God. This is unbelievable. I was just
Ah.
saying to my friends, so Ryan, you'll appreciate this. Like, so I'm 38, right? Wife, kid, like all my friends have like they're married or have, 1, 2, or 3 kids or whatever it is. So now I'm thinking to myself, like, my life might be halfway over. So like, 38 times 2 is 76, right? So it's like I'd be lucky to make 80. And out of the remaining, let's say I make it to 80, right?
Okay.
How many of those years are going to be good years?
As long as you get the tires. That was a dumb joke.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
You son of a bitch.
It's such
No,
a
but seriously, I
dumb
mean,
joke.
maybe I have like 15, 20 like good years, like good,
Yeah.
like healthy, like no health issues, no replaced hips or replaced knees. I don't know. I don't know.
I wish you the next. Yeah, I hope you make it to 112, and this podcast is still a thing.
Me too.
Yeah,
That'd be
you
something. Huh?
qualify for the COVID vaccine. Maybe you'll qualify for the first bionic, heart, like, might just, at some point, this podcast might just be your brain in a jar. Like, you never know.
Oh,
Future's
man.
weird.
This is gonna be a historic interview where they're like, "Look, he predicted it. That
Yeah.
boy predicted that the
Could you
brain."
imagine?
This is the-
That's why we're doing this. We want it recorded and documented for the future.
Yeah, this is what it is. When
Oh,
this will
man.
be shown to future generations and be like, "That was the day they knew
He
that his
called it.
brain was
Robinson
fit in that
Day called
jar."
Well,
Dude, the crystal bags.
I also joked around and said that I have been preparing for this or for this pandemic for the last 5 years. I knew that 5 years ago that in 2020 that we would be going through a pandemic and I would need to be obese in order to get the vaccine. So I was just preparing.
Yeah, hindsight's 2020.
Can I ask
Another
you,
one.
Can I ask you a very dumb question?
Sure.
How was that worded to you? Was it worded in a polite way, or were they just really rude? You know what I mean? Because like, how does someone get told that? Like, that sounds really mean.
When you're married to a pharmacist,
You get.
yeah. So this is all through text, right? And my wife, because she's a pharmacist, she wants like her, her parents are older, so she wants them to get taken care of, and so when the qualifications changed, she had texted me, and I should probably just go back and look, but I probably won't be able to find it. Basically, she's like, I had just been to the doctor maybe 2 weeks prior, and I said to her, after my appointment, she's like, well, I said, well, I'm obese according to my BMI, and like 2 weeks later, that the qualifications changed, and she said, what was your BMI again? And I said, I can't remember. It was like, I thought it was 34. So I went back and looked at my chart, and it was 31. She said, okay, great. And she came back and said, make an appointment. And I said, well, how do I qualify? I said, do I qualify because I'm fat? She said, yeah.
Oh.
So it wasn't the doctor telling me that I was
Okay,
fat.
I was really expecting him to be like, "Hey, Johnny, real quick, come on in." And you're just like,
Yeah.
Pulls you in
All
real
right.
close by the shirt. Hey, if this virus doesn't kill you, your body's gonna get you. Might as well give you one shot here.
So yeah, so after I posted a picture of my vaccine card because that's what we do.
Yeah, it's a new
It
thing.
it doesn't count if you don't post it on Facebook. So I posted on Facebook, and I thought I was very clever. I said I did it all for the nookie because everyone else was posting like I did it for my family and my with this and being real nice about it. And I was like, I can do better than that. I did it all
are
for the nookie.
you a Limp Bizkit fan, John?
I am a Limp Bizkit fan.
I am as well.
Good.
I saw them like 2 years ago. It was the best day of my life.
They're great albums, man. And I don't care who knows that.
Well, define great. Like my life didn't get changed by their lyrics.
Well,
like,
no. But I mean, like, I remember being, 17 or whatever, 18 when Rollin' came out. Was it Rollin'? Was it called Rollin'?
Oh my god.
Yeah, just like bumming around with my friends, like it was great. And I mean, that album I thought was pretty good.
That's a great. Can I tell you a dumb Limp Bizkit related story?
Sure.
That I just want clarified and on something so nobody knows that nobody thinks I'm lying when I say it. When we did when we were doing the University Drive tour, it ended in Hollywood. We played the Viper Room, and we played there 2 nights. And the guys in Cold were friends with people in Limp Bizkit, and I happen to look at the guest list and I see 2 names. I see Fred Durst, and it had a line through it. And it either meant Fred Durst is here or I don't know. He's just not coming. And then it's going to slip me right now, but their bass player's name was there too. And I was like, oh, neat. And then I was hanging out with them. And then I just see this car roll up. He gets out and he goes, oh yeah, I forgot. And he sees the guy and he goes, hey, Ryan is a big Limp Bizkit fan. And I just see the bassist from Limp Bizkit come off on this bus and sit next to me. And I started having a panic attack. I'm like, this dude wrote Nookie. He wrote Nookie. You were part of the reason Nookie exists, dude. This is baller. I was like losing my mind. And the only thing that came out of my mouth is like, I like your Nirvana jacket. I just like didn't know what to say. That was it. That was all I said to him because I didn't get a picture. I was way too nervous. That was it. Highlight of my life.
That's awesome. I mean, there was great songs. It was great songs. Was it Boiler? That was a great song.
Oh my god, dude! Hot Dog, Boiler. This is the 3rd thing that I've been videotaped talking about Limp Bizkit, and I will continue it.
The album in 03, Results May Vary. That was a great album.
Where Eat You Alive and stuff like that. They're really not so great cover that I didn't like of Behind Blue Eyes, but it was all right.
Yeah. I actually, when I posted that on Friday, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to some Limp Bizkit now, and it was great. I loved it.
It's always great. There is not a point where I could flip a car listening to Limp Bizkit for some reason.
Well, I mean, the break stuff. I mean, like, come on.
Oh my god, did you ever hear Hot Dog?
I'm sure I have. Yeah.
Oh my god, you could punch. I could literally. There's nothing I can't do. There is nothing. If I should start lifting and only listen to Limp Bizkit. There's nothing I can't do. I'm sorry for this derailing. I just figured this would be a good topic.
That's fine. That is more than okay. I appreciate your love of Limp Bizkit.
Thank you very much.
I don't feel alone now because I got a little hate, little jabs at, like, hey, that was funny, but I thought you were better than that. You're not a Limp Bizkit fan, or you shouldn't be.
Well, I don't feel alone because I have Fred Durst to sing me. I didn't know who I was until I heard Rolling. I couldn't get out of bed every morning until that song came out.
Rolling. What? Great song. But,
yes.
Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. I feel much better about my life right now. I feel, even though I'm obese, I feel better knowing that I have a friend who likes Limp Bizkit. I get made fun of a lot because I like Creed.
Me too. What? I can't dig you out of the Creed hole because I get the same shit. But I do, and don't hate Creed.
No.
Up to a certain record, Creed's flames. I think Human Clay or Weathered, whatever one it is. I think Weathered's the last one I like, but that is a phenomenal record.
Well, that was They released one in 2009 or 10. That was good too. They were all good. I don't
Oh
care what
my
anybody
God.
says.
That had rain on it and
Yes.
stuff. I saw them
Yes.
that tour. Yeah.
Yeah, so did
I
I.
saw them with Skillet.
Yes. At Montage?
Yes.
Yes. It was great. And I like
It was-
Nickelback too.
Up to a certain record, I can't disagree.
Oh, yeah. Nickelback, the last like 3 or 4, terrible.
Oh my God, it's garbage. You give me when I was in middle school, I think it was Dark Horse came out, and I still kind of liked it. I mean, they have songs that just we can both agree here, on camera that they don't always write great songs.
Yeah. Well.
But How You Remind Me comes on, everybody's gonna sing it.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I'm sorry. I mean, Ryan, you and I can talk on a different podcast.
We gotta
our
change
love.
the subject. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, I feel like Joe and Nick are like, okay, guys, you lost us. We're done.
I'm sorry, guys.
You're fine.
Oh, good. It's a good conversation, I guess.
Nick's like, I should be watching.
We're seeing your true sides, guys.
See.
I won't get any gigs anymore.
Well, whatever. Well, awesome. Robinsonade. The EP is called Lukewarm.
Yep.
You guys heard Foxhole tonight or today or whatever time I decided to post this week. But I'm excited to hear the EP. I'm excited for you guys. Nick, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah. Yeah, same, John. Yeah.
But Joe and Ryan, you are 2 of my favorite musicians in this area, and we are, well, all you guys. I don't want to single Nick out. I just don't know you as well as I know them. But yeah, Ryan, you're always so supportive of, I remember you being a constant person at the Alt Natives Underground shows we were doing, supporting the other music in this area. So, and Joe, your smile is contagious. there it is.
See, the one thing that always keeps happening, my girlfriend comments that when I'm genuinely happy, I smile with my teeth, but my tongue like pokes out of my teeth like this when I'm genuinely happy. If you watch this video back and you notice it, you'll see it all the time now when I'm like genuinely laughing at something.
All right.
It happens.
What was it? Your tongue pokes out of your mouth?
Oh, I go like
Like
that.
All right. Before things get weird. No, Joe, I'm serious. Your smile's contagious. You're a stellar human being, and all you guys, thank you for what you do in this area. Yeah.
Can I give you a shout out?
I mean, I guess.
Dude, thank you very much for continuing something that means a lot to a local community that I think when everybody saw that everything with, I won't even name I don't know how that works, but I won't name any names. But when you change platforms,
okay,
let's leave it at that. But I think everybody respected no one knows how cool it is to hear their own music on a radio station and have somebody, talking. You know what I mean? Like you'll hear something on a local radio station and they just play it by like it's a playlist. I mean, you'll stop and be like, and this album's coming out. There's a show here. There's this. And it means the absolute world to a scene that truly cares for one another. I mean, even everything with the shirts, man, you do so much for us. And, thank you very much for everything you do. And it is appreciated by most, if not all. I don't talk to every single person, but I mean, you know what I mean? You're phenomenal. And I think it's unbelievable what you do for everybody.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, like, for the shirts for the scene, I mean, that all kind of spawned from, the show got put on hiatus. I mean, I didn't know what that meant. Like hiatus to me in the business that I'm in, that could mean like never. That's like, to me, that was like me telling my kid, like, not right now, or I'll think about it. And it's just a way to like get him to like stop bothering me and asking me about whatever he's trying to get me to do. Because he shouldn't be doing it. Right.
Yeah.
So, and I keep saying this and I'll keep saying it. When that happened, I felt lost. I felt like, hosting that show on Saturday nights gave me a sense of purpose. I didn't get paid to do it. It was something that I love to do, and one that got canceled or put on hiatus rather. I felt lost. I was like, what do I do now? Like, who am I? Like, and then I started thinking maybe I need, guys like, you more than you need me. So I said, how can I have make an impact for you guys. Like, and I thought, they haven't been able to play a show since like March. And, these are people in this area, the musicians, who have always donated their time and talents to like different charities and benefits. When someone gets sick or someone's house burns down and you're trying to raise money, what's the first thing people try and do? They try and find entertainment. And you guys have, without hesitation, everyone, musicians here have just done it and never asked for anything in return. Never. Right. And I'm like, you know what? This is an opportunity for us to help them and help you guys. And I went and stole the idea from Axelrad. And well, they did that thing in like May or June of last year, the shirts off their backs thing. And I'm like, well, I mean, that's the easiest way to do it. We're in a pandemic. We can't host a live show to raise money for anybody. And what's cooler than a band t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
And
they're a great
I bought
company,
two.
too. They're absolutely great company. I've gotten all my shirts through them. Everyone loves them. They're
Cryptid
always
shirt was an Axelrad shirt.
Yeah.
well, here's a little secret. I will begin working for them on February 1st.
Hell yeah, brother. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I accepted a job with them. I'll start February 1st. It's funny how life works out. I wasn't looking for a new job, but Dave and I, one of the owners there, have been talking for probably 11 years about working together, at some point. And, they're expanding. They just bought a new building. They're moving into, they might even be moved in now. I don't know.
Oh, they're huge. Yeah. I remember I walked in last time I went for a shirt order there. That was like, it had to be like a year and a half ago. They're like I was talking to, I'm not sure, maybe the owner, I'm not sure what his name was, but he was like, oh yeah, we just got done doing like Breaking Ben's merch or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's cool. He's like, yeah, it's like an order of like 50,000 shirts. I'm like, 50,000 or something like that. I'm like, oh my God, they're huge. They're great.
Yeah, they've done merch for Breaking Ben, Slayer, Radiohead, Elton John. Yeah.
What?
So, yeah.
Sir Elton John. They
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
Sir
So
Elton John. Yes.
they're moving into a new building, a bigger building, and just that's going to set them up to do bigger things. And I'm excited. And it's funny because I also think that had I still had that show, I think I would have been a little hesitant to take a new job and kind of walk away from that show on my own.
Yeah.
But since it was kind of made for me, I mean, all the timing kind of just lined up. Like that was canceled. I started this, which I'm really happy doing, and I'm starting a different career path. So it's all good.
Well, congratulations, brother, and
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's fine.
Thank you guys, and best of luck with this new EP. And Ryan, we'll set something up where we can talk about what do they call that now these days, like cock rock or
Butt rock.
butt rock.
Butt rock.
Butt rock, yeah. We'll do the Ryan Grutt butt rock podcast.
I promise you, I will get loaded and we could do it. We'll just need a censor bar because I will probably start going off.
You can curse. It's all good.
I know. I'm just, my mom watches and I want to make her smile.
All right, I'll have a censor button just for that, special for that show.
Awesome.
But all right, guys, thanks so much. I'm looking forward to the EP, and hopefully I'll see you all in person sooner than later.
Yeah, definitely.
And thank you so much for coming to me and asking me to premiere this song. It means a lot to me that you guys would even, consider me to do that. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Awesome.
brother. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
See you.
Thank
See ya.